The Kingdom Children's Growth School, United Kingdom presents a family's adventure. Are you ready for story time?
Hello everyone, my name is Morning and I'm gonna tell you a story about a family who loves adventures. Isn't it cool? But their life wasn't that cool. But they lived happily. Why? Let's listen carefully. Once upon a time, fate meets the handsome Jose Torlucky Bloy and the beautiful Maria Carrion, who became a couple and lived in a magnificent life in one of the village in Pampanga. They were blessed with 8 beautiful and handsome children who sweetly called them Tata and Sika. Tata was a very talented and skillful man who could easily find ways to support his family. He was a writer, a teacher who later became a principal and equipped with skills in farming. A determined and workaholic, Jose could have became one of the richest persons in their place because of his talent. But becoming rich was far too impossible for them at that time because Tata was fond of adventure. Does it mean adventure is bad? Not at all. It depends on the kind of adventure a person has gone through. A generous Sika, on the other hand, liked to manage a little store that she had. But she did not like adventures as she worried if they would transfer to another place, there might be no streets or stores there. Being a father whose decision is always followed, Tata decided to have their adventure to the land of promise in Mindanao to live a new life. From its name alone, Mindanao was known to have lots of nature's riches, which was a very interesting place then. So the family journeyed by boat and reached the place of Cotabato in Mindanao. Finally, they were in the land of beautiful nature, wealth and riches, the land of promise. This is just the beginning of the most challenging part of their lives. Cotabato is a place where people there are Muslims. That land where they were already populated by those who knew about the land of promise from the other place. In other words, they were not able to find a place for themselves right away. The government in that place at that time announced to give land to the new settlers. Tata grabbed the chance and wanted to have a land for his family, so they explored for more and owned a 10-hectare forest somewhere in Kidabawan. Tata and his third child, Emilio, explored their new land and found out a river with the rare whiteness. It was all white. They found out that river is contaminated with a deadly disease called malaria. Tata thought that land was not a blessing from God, so he decided to sell it and they left. Nowhere to live, Tata remembered a friend named Punjalan. He mailed him and he replied. Punjalan offered them a land, however, it was in the foothills of a mountain. Without any delay, they immediately traveled going there. That place was indeed what Sika had worried about because it's quite boring and only a few people were living there. That place was unknown, but Jose liked it. He built a hut and cultivated healthy land to plant crops. Fire! Fire! There's a fire, everybody! The family shouted. A terrible thing happened to the family when their little wooden hut was caught on fire. Life then became very difficult for them, and in order to survive, they asked for clothes, blankets, and other things they could use for their neighbors. This time, the family built a stone house to make sure that their house would not be eaten up by fire again, and they lived there peacefully. And that's our end of the story. Did they travel more? I guess not. I hope you enjoy our story. See you next time.